Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And with that, I get to know the crew members on board the ships extremely well. And it's always great talking and chatting with them. And I've got 10 tips that they would give you, the crew members would give you as a guest, on how you can have the best experience on your cruise. Number one, you might want to avoid the main dining room on the very first night. The reason for this is it is mayhem in there. People are trying to figure out where their table is. If you have nighttime dining, you're trying to get a reservation, you're waiting in a really big line, just go to the Windjammer on the first night. It'll probably be the quietest up there in the Windjammer. And then the second night, when everybody's all situated, you can come into the main dining room and you can have better service because everybody else has already figured it out. Number two, please, they want you to know that you need to carry on an extra bag with the priorities in them. So if you're getting onto the cruise ship and you are giving them your bag to take on board, you're giving it to a porter, make sure you pack a secondary bag with a bathing suit, a change of clothes, your medication. The bags that go through the valet check-in sometimes take a really long while to arrive, especially if they think that you have a prohibited item in there. I've seen bags show up as late as 10 and 11 p.m. in the evening, and you might have to go somewhere special to get that. So if you want to make sure that you've got your medicine, you've got your clothes for dinner, and you've got some swimwear so you can still enjoy your embarkation day. And the third thing that they would have you know, and this one probably could come all the way down from the captain who really wants you to know this, is do your drill as soon as possible. So when you board the cruise ship, you will get to watch the video on your Royal Caribbean app on all of the safety protocols, but make sure that you also go and check in at your muster station. So this is muster 2.0. You no longer have to go and stand and have them read all the announcements, but make sure that you are going and getting checked in as soon as possible. The ship cannot sail if you are not getting checked in, and they will make hundreds of announcements if you do not go. Please spare us all some of those announcements. Just go ahead and get checked in as the first priority of when you board the ship. So the fourth thing to make your life easier, always read the material that is in your room. Now, on embarkation day, there can be a lot of material in your room. Please, especially if it's your first time cruising, make sure that you are reading this material. The information is always there, and if that information changes, they're going to be making an announcement. So also make sure that you listen to everything that the announcements are saying. So read your material, listen up, and all the information will be there for you. The fifth thing they want you to know, and this one, I'm going to say it a little bit tongue-in-cheek, the only thing that you have to do on this cruise ship, the entire time, the only thing you have to do is that drill from number 3. Other than that, if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to get off the ship in that port, if you don't want to go to that activity or that show, don't go. So the crew members don't want you to show up and just sit there and sulk and complain and not have a good time if you never wanted to go in the first place. Make sure that if you're going to an event, you're really making the decision that, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to try my best to have a good time, and you're not going to go up and be a sad Sally. Number 6, don't ask them impossible questions. So one of the biggest things that they get asked, and I hear people ask them this all the time, is, hey, is that show any good? Well, I mean, honestly, they don't know what you're gonna like. So if they say, yes, it's really good, and then you go in there and you're like, well, I hated magicians. I don't even know why I went. He said it was good, but it was a magician. They don't know your taste in shows, what you like, and things that you want to do. So asking them if something's good or bad puts them in a really tough place. Number one, they don't know what you're gonna like, and number two, they kind of work for the company. I mean, can you see one of them actually being like, actually, that's a really horrible show. You might want to try to avoid it. Or, you know, sit in the back so that you can get out early. No, that sounds like something that I would tell you versus an actual crew member who is on the ship. The 7th thing is the crew is absolutely there to help you. They might not be able to tell you what show to go to, but they are absolutely there to help you. What they want you to know, though, is if they cannot help you and they tell you they cannot help you, they can't help you. So you may want to escalate it at that point if it's something that you feel really passionate about, but if they are honestly telling you they cannot help you, they can't do it. They will go above and beyond and bend in every single direction to make sure that they are helping you, but if they honestly cannot do that, they're going to let you know, and then you either need to escalate or just back off because there's nothing that can be done. The 8th thing that they want you to know is buy your packages online before you get to the cruise ship. So online, oftentimes they have discounts, they have sales, they put things, there's all these like buy one, get one free, 25% off, 30% off. Normally it's always about the same thing, but they always have sales online. Make sure that you are buying that sale, because when you get onto the cruise ship, they might not have that same sale, and they do not price match on Royal Caribbean. You cannot walk on board and be like, oh, well, I saw that it was this price last week online. They are not able to honor that price, and they're going to charge you what the going rate on that ship is. So if you are interested in a package, please make sure you buy it in advance, because they will not price match. They cannot honor an online price, because that was only online. They can only honor what the pricing is on the ship. And the ninth thing, and you've heard me talk a lot about this, they want you to know that the internet, it's not the best in the world. So if you are going onto Royal Caribbean, you may have seen their marketing of the fastest internet at sea. That does not mean that it is fast. That is simply marketing. So if you are going onto a cruise ship, please recognize they want you to know that it is a satellite in the middle of the ocean trying to pull down bandwidth for a satellite thousands of miles away to give to 4,000 of your closest friends who are also trying to use that signal. So please have a little bit of grace with the internet package. The people on board, especially the crew members, can't make it go any faster. Trust me, I have personally tried myself to do this, so they may have been talking to me when they told me to calm down on trying to get faster internet. They don't control how fast the internet is. They can simply control your access and how much you're paying for it, but the speeds of that, which are traditionally going to be slow, they don't have any control over. Starlink is trying to change that, but even that's going to have a lot of variability to it. And the last thing they want you to know, number 10, is please do not sweat the small stuff. They see so many people come on board who are in vacation mode, and they're getting frustrated by the smallest of things. Please make sure that you are not being that person. Go on your vacation, go on your cruise ship vacation. Make sure that you are having a wonderful time and that you are not letting anything steal your joy, that you're gonna have fun regardless. And don't let those small things really bug you. All right, everyone, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping you listen to the crew members on board and you have a wonderful weekend cruise.